Hello and welcome to Ants Edinburgh. So it's been about a week now since I've had this Messor Barbarus colony. You can see now it's actually moved to a third chamber. So originally it was in this chamber down here, then it went to the slightly warmer, more humid chamber here. And the one they're in now was actually a waste chamber. It was much like this one here on the left. It had quite a lot of dirt. But they seem to have moved over here and removed all the dirt from this waste chamber to this chamber over on the far side. And I've also covered this with red acetate to try and have it so it's more dark for them. I will just carefully take it off. If they're not too bothered by the light, then I will leave it off filming, but generally I leave it on all the time. You see they're a bit agitated there. I'll see if they calm down. If they don't calm down, then I'm going to have to cover it up again, because I'm more interested in the well-being of the ants than making good videos. But you can see there the queens there with quite a lot of the other ants. A decent supply of food at the moment, and probably about 4 larvae. No eggs yet, but as I say, I reckon they're going into dormancy soon, and I'll be putting them into dormancy in just probably about 2 or 3 days, to be honest. So I'm not that surprised that they're not laying any eggs at the moment. But it's interesting, these ants are constantly munching on bread, and they do a lot of cleaning behaviour. I've seen them quite often, and one ant will go in like a weird position. I thought it was dead at first. It was kind of like a stretched out position without any motion, not even the antenna. And then there'll be another ant cleaning it, and then once it's been cleaned, it will just kind of run off and be like a normal living ant again. So they obviously like to keep themselves clean, and they get other members of the ant colony to help clean them. So there's also always an ant drinking, nearly always. They're probably not at the moment because I just disturbed them slightly with the light. But these 2 water wells here that sucks up the water from below, they're either getting the water off them, or they crawl into the ceiling, and you can see them quite often sucking the water from the condensation on here. Now the condensation has gone down slightly, and it should completely disappear within a few weeks. The reason it's so condensated on the top here is because the heat mat was underneath heating up the water reservoir, which is here, and that was causing a lot of condensation to appear up the top. So I've moved the heat mat now further to the left, so it's no longer affecting that. So it should dry out hopefully. You can see as well, there's the queen, and they're constantly eating. I've seen the queen almost every time I'm looking here. She's eating on some ant bread, and the ants are always busy making their ant bread. I think it's at the bottom at the moment because I've disturbed them, but there was some a minute ago. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give them a final feed before the hibernation. What I have been doing to help them settle in ready for hibernation is I've been giving them a lot of seeds. So there's a big source of seeds there they can get. It's just in like a fizzy juice bottle cap. So I placed a few also on this piece of card just because I was worried it might be difficult for them to pull out of that one. And I've also crossed some of the seeds just so that they can eat them easily without having to split open the seeds, because I was a little bit concerned that having any majors that they would be finding it quite difficult to crack any seeds open. And talking of seeds, they brought a few into the entrance of the nest here. I don't know why they've done that. But the main store does tend to be at the back here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up the camera. I have a recently killed spider. You can see just here. That's going to be the biggest protein source they've ever had. They have eaten so far 2 very small spiders, a piece of tuna, a couple of seeds, and what was the thing? Brazil nut. Just a very small piece of Brazil nut. And they've been happy eating them so far. In fact, I think there might even be a tiny bit of Brazil nut left still in there. I saw it in there the other day. So I'll give these a protein source, see how they do with it, and as I say, in a few days' time I'm going to have to hibernate them and get them ready for winter. So hopefully with this setup we're also going to see their interesting foraging behaviour. What I've noticed is often you'll get one ant will find the food, they'll run back to the nest, and then they'll recruit about 5 ants, and they'll all come running out, pouring out, and they'll cover the food quite quickly. When I've kept my other ants in the past, the Lasius niger and the Miraca rubra, they would often go back to the nest and lead a trail, and the other ones would follow the trail back. But on this species, the Messor Barbarus, it certainly seems like the ants can actually follow each other to the food, and that seems to get them there much faster, because normally you just get 1 or 2 following the trail, and then it would take a few more coming back from the food source to the nest to enhance the strength of the trail, and then slowly over the course of maybe 10 minutes you'd get quite a lot of ants coming to and forth. With this method of recruitment, they'd be able to run straight there and get 5 or 10 ants straight away. So it seems to be a much more effective method of recruiting in this species. So I'm going to leave this camera up now on time lapse. Hopefully if they're happy and they want more protein, I'll get a good video footage of them. If not, then that'll be the end of this video. But I'll leave you to enjoy the ants hopefully collecting their food.